So thank you again for tuning in to the Chris Show. So good that it needs to be stated twice. So I've noticed that a lot of you guys watch my videos, but a lot of you that are watching, you're not subscribed. So at this time, if you can check to see if you're subscribed, and if not, you can subscribe so you can like and participate in the comment section in the future of my videos. So this has been a busy Friday. J. Cole dropped his album last night at midnight. It's called the Offseason. He dropped a track last week called the Interlude. He dropped a single last week called the Interlude, which had a lot of people hype and excited. I thought the song was good. I'll get more into it as we go. But as you know, first impressions mean a lot when it comes to music. A lot of people, they're going to give an album one playthrough. If they don't like it, they're never going to play it again. Some people listen to like the first 3 songs. If they don't like it, they're moving on. A lot of people have different patience when it comes to music. Some people, if it's their favorite artist, are going to listen to it once, twice, maybe 3 times. For me, if I'm trying to really listen to it and divulge it, I'll usually spin it back the first time, and then the second time, because the first is the first impression, and then the second is like when you can start divulging into the lyrics and be like really digging more deep into it. So either way, first impressions are important, so people want to act like it's not. Instant reactions. 2 songs are important because if you don't catch their eye, they're not going to come back. Like I said, J. Cole released the Offseason. I'm just going to go track by track, give you guys my opinion, whether it was worth listening to, was it a good song, was it skippable. Towards the end, I'm going to talk about my favorite songs and then my least favorite songs and whether or not I felt the album was good or better than its others. So make sure you stay to the end so you can get all of that. But as we know, I'm about to start. But the first song was called 95.South. And if we're going to talk about intros, a lot of people, when it comes to albums, either they come harder than ever, they have an intro that's just like 15 seconds to introduce themselves or something. But what J. Cole did for this album, the Offseason, 95.South, he started it on the highest of high notes. Like the song was just, it had everything. It just had my face just going, damn, like this is what you really about. And it was just, it really was a perfect song. It's the best song on the album. Nothing's topping it. It's one of those you're gonna have to spin it back just to get everything in. He talked about the M and the Luigi hat. It just, J. Cole, when you rap and do it like that, I understand why people think you are great as you are, because just tip of the top. Good song, great song. Go listen to it, replay it back. Best song on the album, 95.South. But then we get into Amari, and then to me, Amari is the worst song on the album. I feel like J. Cole, he's trying these new styles and new flows, and whatever he was trying to do with Amari, I was not vibing to it. I did not like it. I was trying my hardest to make myself like it after the first song. I was like, okay, J. Cole about to go on a hot streak, but that second song was a miss. It was skippable. I'm probably never gonna play it again. It was not good to me at all. But then we go into My Life, which to me, another really good song. He has a 21 Savage feature, and 21 Savage be killing features to me. I don't know, something about his style that I just like. And when it comes to the song, the chorus is good. It's just overall a perfect song. I felt like it's a song he probably should have released as the first single, if anything. And yeah, man, usually when you talk about the features, did anyone outshine anyone? I felt like J. Cole had a really good verse. 21 Savage had a really good verse. No one really outshined either one, but definitely one of the top songs on the album, My Life. Then we go to Applying Pressure. Don't get me wrong, J. Cole applied pressure for 2 minutes, but when it's a 3-minute song and 1 minute of it is just you just talking shit and doing this, that, and the other, I understand the message of what you're trying to do, but as far as a song and as far as music and production and everything, it's not really a song I'm gonna want to come back to and listen, and if I do, I'm gonna skip the last minute almost every time. So I'm just like, I get what you're trying to do, but if you're trying to apply pressure, you need to rap for at least 3 or 4 minutes, then I'll listen to you a minute talking shit. But only 2 minutes and then I gotta listen to a minute you talking shit, I don't like that. I'm just like, you gotta give us more if you're gonna do this applying pressure. So then he released Punchin the Clock, which to me is headphone music. You know, to me it's stuff you play in the car, and then there's stuff that you play in your headphones or your AirPods or whatever you want to call it. But Punchin the Clock is definitely something you're going to be listening in your headphones when you just want to divulge and listen to some lyrical content or some storytelling. J. Cole is really good at that, so this is one of those songs. Definitely a good song, nothing wrong with it, but like I said, it's definitely headphone music. Then J. Cole comes out with 100 Mil, and this song is really, really good, but I have a huge gripe. J. Cole, I don't know. Just listening to the song and you talking about you have 100 mil. I wanted you to spend part of that 100 mil or something on a feature for the song, because him singing was not it to me. The song is still so good despite him and his bad singing on it. I still like it and still will play it again. But the song would be easily the second best song to 95.South if he had someone singing for him instead of him singing it, because I'm just like, J. Cole, no. I did not want to hear you sing. It was not it. But the whole song, everything else is so good that you're gonna listen to it and you're just gonna have to skip the chorus, or you're just gonna have to deal with the chorus because the rest of the song's so good. But it could have been perfect if he did not sing it himself. So then we have Pride.is.the.devil, and that's where J. Cole had his other big feature, and it was Lil Baby. And to be honest with you, like I said, J. Cole always comes good on tracks or comes hard, but Lil Baby definitely outshined him on this. He was just, his flow, his delivery, everything was just, it was more eye-catching, and it was just like the second half of the song was better than the first part, and it just was what it is. Like Lil Baby, I don't know what it comes with him and making music. It's something it catches your eye and makes you want to listen to it. So then we have let.go.my.hand. This is another one of those headphone songs. J. Cole addressed some situation. He got into a scuffle with Diddy. Then he was talking about how in 7th grade you would have thought his favorite rapper was Puffy, but to see someone you grew up with, now you're scuffling. Something, like I said, it's definitely a song to take in. I don't know if it's a song I'd keep playing over and over or be going out of my way to listen to it, but if it came on in my shuffle, I wouldn't go out of my way to skip it either. It's a solid song, nothing wrong with it. Now, Interlude, like I said, he released this as a single last week. I think the song's really good. It has a good message. I do feel like his fans read way much into it with the Pimp C and Nipsey Hussle line. I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it's not like it's going over anyone's head. But I felt like this was a song that, yes, keep it on the album, but it shouldn't have been a single, especially when you have My Life, 95.South, and then Pride.is.the.devil. Either one of those would have been a better, even 100 mil would have been better than this song. So I feel like it's like probably the 5th best song on the album. So at least one of the 4 better songs with the single, but it's a good song. I just feel like he could have had a way better single. Then the.climb.back is another headphone type of song. I would feel like this is the best of the headphone telling type of songs. J. Cole had a good message. It just had a good beat. It kept me going. And I was actually listening to the end. I'm like, all right, man. It's part of the J. Cole experience we all expect. You know, he's a really good storytelling artist. It's always, for me, it comes to the beat selection and if it makes me want to listen until the end. And this song definitely had that. But we're going to get into a song that doesn't have that, which is called Close. To me, this is probably the 2nd worst song on the album. It has a good message, but the production, the beat, everything was just boring to me. The message for me wasn't good enough to look past the fact that the beat and the production was just boring, and it just wasn't good. Even his delivery, I don't know what it was. The song is just something I never want to listen to again. It's just, to me, it's very skippable. It's throwaway. I don't know if it's really a throwaway, but it's very skippable. So then he ends the album with Hunger on the Hillside. And when people end albums, some people, they be talking on it, have like a 12-minute song or a 9-minute song. Some people, they just go hard, 4 to 6 minutes of just rapping excellence. Like, I feel like J. Cole ended his album on a good note after Close. Like, I liked his change of pace. I liked how he switched up the flow or delivery on it. It was just, the beat wasn't boring to me. It was good. He ended the album on a high note. Is it one of the best songs on the album? No, but it's definitely a good song on the upper echelon of the album. Overall, like I said, you guys can clearly tell one of my favorites, 95.South, 100 mil, My Life, and Pride.is.the.devil. My least favorite songs were Amari, Close, and Applying Pressure. Applying Pressure more so just because of overall a 3-minute song and 1 minute of it is you talking shit. It's not really a song I'm trying to come back to and listen to over and over again. Overall, I do like this album more than KOD. Like, to me, KOD was good, but it was something you listen to. It came and it went. I feel like this album potentially has more replay value. Maybe it's because of the features, or maybe it's just because of how Cole has been trying new flows and deliveries, but it's definitely a better album. It's definitely an album worth checking out, worth listening to. J. Cole's a good artist, and I want to say he's progressing and trying new things. And I love artists that try new things and they try and get better, and they don't just stay stagnant and do the same thing over and over again. So I'm usually very critical of J. Cole. I've held him to a higher standard because he's put himself in that higher standard. Whenever he made that song Let Nas Down, I was just like, I guess, bro, you want us to compare you like that? Given all that, I felt like he did good, but this is definitely no classic album. I don't think it's going to be the best album of the year either, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Do you agree with my favorite songs, least favorite songs? Do you agree with anything I have to say at all? Or do you just think this was the best thing ever? You think it was the worst thing ever? Did it put you to sleep? You just played it back over and over again? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But as you know, of Chris, I'm going to give you the news whenever the news is there. And if there is no news, I'll give you some hip-hop updates or some movie updates. So that's why you need to make sure to subscribe so you can like and participate in the comment section. This is Chris. I'm out this motherfucker.